Students of class 10th UP Board English Literature. In this lecture 2 English version, our topic is poem number 2, The Psalm of Life, that is composed by S.W. Longfellow. Students, in lecture 1 we have studied stanza number 1 and 2, and you have gone through those stanza well, and we came to know what the poet says about life. He explained and gave definition what is life and what is the use of present time. He focused on working in present to get progress in future. Now let's see what he says in stanza number 3 and 4. Today our first stanza is stanza number 3. Let's see what is said by the poet. The poet compares this world to a battlefield. According to the poet, in this broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, these are difficult words, and the structure of the sentence is not easy, so I will make you understand easily. A world's broad field means world is compared to the field of battle, and this world is called broad. It means it is big in size. Because sometimes when we are in a struggle, we find our place short when we want to do more. In the bivouac of life, and life is compared with bivouac. Bivouac means a temporary camping ground. Now I would like to explain this. Life is like bivouac. Bivouac is a temporary camping ground. Temporary camping ground means where there is no future of the camp. Nobody knows how long will it survive, and when we have to pack up, when we finish our camping there. We don't know even a single moment in the battlefield. It means the life is uncertain in the same way as the camping is uncertain in the battlefield. Here the poet says this life is full of struggle, and this struggle is just like an action done in the battlefield. That's why this world is compared to a battlefield, and our life is not certain. We don't know anything specific about our life, when it will finish or not. So what should we do then? We foolishly waste our time. Now the poet suggests us that we should not like dumb driven cattle. The poet says we should not pass our life like a mindless, brainless cattle which are used to drive away with the stick. Means the animals that pass their life on the instruction given with a stick, we should not pass our life like this. Means we should be managed by ourselves. We should use our own reasoning power. We should not lose our reasoning at all. Reasoning means the decision making of our mind. We should be dependent on ourselves. We should use our mind and brains. Finally the writer says this life is full of struggle. We should and our life is not certain here. We don't know anything about our life, how long we have to live here or not. So we should not pass our life like dumb driven cattle. We should not pass our life like cattle who have no brains or reasoning power. So we should be a hero in the strife. We should act like a valiant, brave and very courageous person, and we should win all the strife, all the struggles of life, and we should be successful, because hero is the name of a person who wins or who overcomes all the obstacles and difficulties of life. Now we see the rhyming words in this stanza are battle and cattle, strife and life. These are two pairs of rhyming words. Now students, let's start stanza number 4. Let's then be up and doing. In this stanza 4, the poet finally suggests us, come students, come people, come friends, be up and doing. Up and doing means be active. The poet suggested that we should be active. We should not be lazy. We should not shirk from work. Shirk from work means we should not be negligent in our work, in doing our duty, but we should do our duty. We should be active. We should be creative with a heart. Here heart never means heart. Here heart means courage, and any fate means any result. Now the poet suggests us they should be creative with courage to face any result. Still achieving, still pursuing. Achieving means, still means in all the conditions you are achieving. Still pursuing, in all the conditions you pursue. Pursue means to chase, means when we get failure we learn something, that is still achieving. Still means your work is continued, and achieving, you are achieving something. You haven't reached your destination, still you are achieving. Even after your failure you are achieving. Still pursuing, you are chasing your goal, you are after your goal. You haven't achieved your goal, that's why you are pursuing. It means while reaching your goal you are still achieving. While difficulties, being in difficulties, you don't give up your target, you should continue your work. And with doing all this you should learn how to work hard, and you should learn how to wait. Why are these two things important? These two things are important because sometimes when problems are before us we give up and we stop working. It is bad according to the poet. We should not do so. We should continue to work. And wait, we should learn to wait with patience, because waiting with positivity is very important to reach up to the goal. Why? Because when we are impatient and we are excited, we give up before achieving the target. And what happens then? We try shortcuts, and shortcuts lead us to the negative results. Shortcuts lead us to illegal works. So if we know how to wait, if we know how to labor, we will achieve definitely. Now see, doing and pursuing are the rhyming words, fate and wait are the rhyming words. Students, now I hope you have gone through these two stanzas thoroughly. Students, if you want to procure, if you want to take some assignments related to this poem, please follow us on this Instagram mahfouz.rahman.359. Students, if you have any problem in this poem, if you want to know something more, and you have some questions, please you go to the comment box, you write comments and ask questions. I will try to give you answer satisfactorily. And please share and like this video, and subscribe your own channel RAC Classes of English Language, and please get yourself updated with English literature and grammar up to competitive level. Thanks.